God, God and Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yashab, Bashem, Kakadash, the bonds to the elders and apostles of great Muslim Shalom to Select. Hope this video will be edifying. And let's get into it. So this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. We are the ones that mourning right now. You know, the people that the people that are worshiping Yahweh Shai in sincerity and in truth, they are the ones that are mourning right now. Because why? Most of our lives is we catching hell most of our life, man. Scripture says in Hebrews chapter, I believe it was chapter, well actually I don't know what chapter anymore, but if you look up Hebrews, for whom the Lord loveth he chastened, as scourged every son whom he received. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, but this what happens, man, when you are a son or daughter of Yahweh Shemashah, you know, you're gonna be chastened. You know, tough times, man. You know, and mostly the men are catching the hell. You know, mostly it's mostly the men of the Lord that are catching hell, man. Because why? Hey, our duty is what? Just like how Yahweh Shai, we have to follow Yahweh Shai footsteps. You know, Yahweh Shai was prophesying. Yahweh Shai got demonized. People put false accusations, false witness on him. You know, they gonna do it to us as well, man. Scripture says the servant is not greater than his master. You see, so if they did it to Yahweh Shai, they also gonna do it to us. You know. Verse 4, Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. You see, the meek is going to inherit the earth, not the proud. You know, the meek. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. You know, so that's what you're supposed to be doing, man. You're supposed to hunger and thirst after righteousness. Supposed to hunger and thirst after making videos for Yahweh Shemel Shai, studying the scriptures for Yahweh Shemel Shai, edifying the brotherhood, edifying yourself, you know, but basically put in the work, man. That's required of you to do, like the scripture says in Ezekiel 3 as well as 33, you know, being that watchman, like the scripture says in 1 Thessalonians, you know, let us not sleep as do others, you know. And when I'm saying this, I'm talking to myself as well, you know, because I feel like I can do more too, you know. Verse 7, Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Yahweh Shai. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You see, the men of the Lord, they are gonna be the ones that gonna be persecuted, man. You know, just like in these animes, in these movies, you have this bounty poster, right, with a face on it, and then they have money under it. Like if you catch this person, a wanted picture. If you catch this person, you get this amount of money and stuff like that. They can't do that to the man of the Lord, man. Because why? We are against this kingdom. We prophesying against this kingdom. You know. and they know who we are, man. So they these elites, the government, they know who we are, man. And they see us as a huge threat, so just like how they called up Yahweh Shai, they gonna do it with us too, man. We're gonna be brought in front of judges, like the scripture says. Blessed are they, first 10 again. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you. And it's like verse 10 also. That's the time where we're gonna be living as pilgrims upon planet Earth, man. Because the men of the Lord are gonna be persecuted, You're gonna have to be living as pilgrims upon planet Earth, Not staying at one spot, constantly moving, just like the scripture says. That's what a pilgrim is. That's just like the movie, The Book of Eli, or the movie The Road. In these movies, you see like, hey, they constantly moving, man, to a next spot. They ain't staying stagnant. They ain't staying at one place. Verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. You see, blessed are you when men shall revile you. And they talk bad, they gonna persecute us, and they talking bad about us, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely. Falsely, man. Those things are not true, but they say it to make you look bad. For my sake, you see, then you're blessed if you can suffer for the name Yahweh Shemashai, basically. Verse 12, rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. You see, so the men of the Lord that keep their faith, they gonna be joint heirs, man, ruling with Yahweh Shai. Once Yahweh Shai makes his return upon planet Earth. For Saul persecuted the prophets which were before you, you see. It's just like how the prophets back in the days were persecuted. That's what they're gonna do now. And if you get persecuted, and if you are persecuted, then you're a man of the Lord, man. Because scripture says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, So the Most High God is gonna reveal it, man. We gonna know. But anyway, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yashab Bashim Kakadash. The ones to the and apostle of great meal, so shalom to the overleg of this video, edifying and shalom.